Okay, we're going to be taking a look at a senior girl thrower. She's been throwing for me for 4 years, and we're going to look at some discus technique that she has, some of the positives and some of the negatives as well. We're going to go through the video. First thing we're going to do is we are going to watch it at full speed, and then we will get into some of the technique flaws and also some of the things that she does very well, and some of the things that we're going to do to fix it. So here we go, full speed. Okay, so here we are looking at this side view video. So the first thing we're going to look at is the posture in the back. So she winds up and gets her feet set for a throw. Nice and easy, one wind up, don't want to waste a lot of time back there. You're in there to throw, you're not in there to just swing your arms back and forth. Alright, so let's look at it here. So she's on balance, she is good posture, she's ready to go, she's got that left foot, she's on her toe, and she's ready to shift all that weight as she goes and starts her movement. So, coming out of the back, we've got good posture, we've got that good long arm. The only issue that we have here is the separation of the hips and the shoulders. There really is none. So all of our torque is not there, and that discus is caught up with our hips already. So we've got to work on keeping that arm back, keeping that disc back there a little bit farther to create that separation so we get that really good snap at the end of the throw. So we move into this position. This is excellent. This is what you want to see. The disc is still a little bit more forward than it should be. However, the left arm is nice and long, using it as a counterbalance. Also, we've got that nice long right leg that's getting ready to sweep into the middle of the ring and get us across that ring nice and quick. On that toe really well, good and balanced, ready to go. Alright, as we sweep along, that discus is even with our hips. We've got to fix that. So there's a couple of drills that we can do to fix that position of the discus, but we will get to that in a moment. So moving through the ring, doesn't quite get halfway through a ring if we had a ring sitting on the ground. She gets about 3.5 feet. We need her to get about 4.5, maybe even closer to 5 feet through the ring when she goes. From the back, one thing that we can do if she's going to continue to struggle moving through the ring is we will have her scoot toward the front. I know a lot of coaches don't agree with that and emphasize having the athlete try and get through the ring better, but if they're comfortable with the speed and the amount of movement they're getting, I usually just let my throwers scoot up a little bit or closer to the front. That way we don't put any extra stress on the back, because what we're really worried about is the front of the ring and the release. So she's up on that right toe. I emphasize that with my throwers constantly. Sometimes if I see it being an issue with a lot of throwers, we will take time and we will stand in one spot and we will rotate back and forth on our toes. It strengthens the feet, strengthens the calves, and it really emphasizes how important it is to stay up on those toes, because that creates a smaller surface area for friction, and you're able to get through the ring much easier and keep your movement going and stay smooth. She does a great job of doing that. That foot is always moving. So, disc is back. She caught that separation a little bit, and she's in a really good looking position right here. Here's where things start to turn though. So that disc is back pretty well. If you look, you're supposed to land in your power position, heel toe. She's close to that, but she's more instep toe on the power leg and the block leg. The block arm looks like in a good position. She's bringing it around. She's got that big chest coming up, creating that C in her back. so that she can really get that good flight angle on that discus. Now watch what her block leg and her block arm do. She never fully utilizes that block leg. It never extends and gets tense. And the block arm is pretty passive as well. We're already up off the ground, and we haven't even straightened out our power leg yet. Now this young lady's got really strong legs, and we're losing a lot of power in this throw due to not utilizing all of our leg strength. We're starting our reverse already, and the discus isn't even out of our hand. So we're up off the ground. She's got a nice C in her back, but you can see that block arm is still straight and very, very passive. Both feet are in line with each other, fully in front. Her chest is fully in front of her feet. She doesn't have a block leg anymore. All of her momentum was used to rotate her body around, and that discus is going. And she's got a decent whip on there just because she's so strong. But we're leaving so much in the ring because we're not utilizing those legs. So that reverse comes really, really early. And we ended up missing out on distance through the ring and a good block leg. There's a few drills that we can resolve some of these issues. One of them is I'll have her stop and stop going full speed, and she'll go half speed and really emphasize putting that block leg down. The next one is she'll do, it's called keeping the X, and that really emphasizes shoulder and hip separation. She does a lot of things right, and there's a couple of things that she does incorrectly that if we fix it, she's going to have a really good season for us. So here we have a rear view of the thrower. Same thrower, same day. This would just be if I was behind the ring filming. So here we go, looking at it at full speed. So you can tell I've got her to move slower through the ring, not as fast as she was in the side view. Here we go, we're on good balance. So we've got good posture in the back, we've got nice long levers. She gets the weight over onto that left leg, nice long right leg, getting ready to sweep out and around. She does really well, gets around, still nice and long, except that discus is already caught up. Our shoulders and hips are on the same line, and we've lost all that torque we want. Still on the toes of that foot, excellent job. If you notice, that foot does not stop moving, and if it does, it's not for very long. So we get a little bit better rotation in the front on this angle from the last angle. So she's going to be able to open those hips up more and get more torque on that discus, which she did here. It caught back up, it got farther behind, which is good. Her hips got in front of her shoulders a little bit better, but we still have that very passive block leg, and block arm really does nothing. So you can see the flight line of the discus. She got more pull across the ring because she got that leg further around and was able to open her hips up more. I know you couldn't see it in the video earlier, but she threw that one. It would have been down the right sector line. This one would have been more down the middle / closer to the left sector line. Okay, third video in this, or third clip, I guess, in this video for this thrower. We're still in the back. I moved her over onto this line. It kind of helps having lines on the ground when you're working in the ring. You can kind of get a sense of where your feet are landing. So it's a simple, easy tool that I use with a lot of my throwers, especially in glide with shot put. You can see if you're landing heel toe or if you're landing with your feet closing your hips. With this one, if you work that backward 7 drill that I talked about in my first video about a year ago, you can really see where your feet are landing. So let's watch this one at full speed really quick. Okay, so we're still going about half speed here. So we've got the good posture. Don't need to talk too much about that. She took a double wind up. I hate multiple wind ups. My throwers know that about me. So we shift that weight really well. We're on that toe. Nice long leg. Nice long arm. Gets through. So that's about a 3 foot of movement through that circle, if you go by that green line there on the basketball court. So the discus is a little bit farther behind. You can't see it really well from this angle. Here goes the leg. She's got a lot more separation. Now, we've got an actual block leg that's being used. I told her to really emphasize that. I told her, don't worry about how fast that disc comes out, and you're not going to throw it any farther than the net anyway. So emphasize the good technique. She gets that block leg. Look at that extra lift she gets with her power leg, her right leg. She gets that block, and that arm is moving fast. All that whip is going on there. And that would have been a really nice throw if we were measuring it. Still got to work on that block arm, but that block leg was on point. That is what we are looking for. And she knew it, and all of a sudden, boom, you get a big old smile like that. That's what coaches love to see, is when their kids figure something out, it clicks, and they realize that they're on to something. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye.